The honourable member for Halifax and Needham.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is for the Minister of Community Services. The Affordable Housing Association in Nova Scotia says that the Halifax homeless population has doubled in the past year, and I'll table that. Yesterday, the minister said that her government just needs a bit more time to deal with the homelessness crisis in this province. But we don't have a bit more time. This government has already had over a year. Nighttime temperatures are dropping, and service providers can't give out enough tents. The fact is, there are not enough beds for the number of people sleeping rough right now. So, Mr. Speaker, yesterday the minister said that her government will find an interim solution. When will they find a permanent one?
The Honourable Minister of Community Services.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and I thank the member for this important question. We realize that there's a lot of work to do, and we have made substantial and significant investments. Just in this past budget, we added another $17 million to address this. We know that this issue didn't grow overnight. This issue has been growing for a long time. It was COVID that absolutely brought it out, but it has been insulated away from us. On that note, though, I will say that the Executive Director, Jim Graham, also said in that article, and I'll table it, I think the Department of Community Services, with its mandate around permanent supported housing, that's a huge help from them. It's not something you can do immediately, but a commitment to having that kind of housing support attached to housing is really important.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I'm grateful that the minister is tabling that article because there are still people sleeping on the streets. So, Mr. Speaker, Eric Johnson is a street navigator working with people experiencing homelessness in Halifax. Earlier this week, he said, pre-pandemic, I would buy 2 to 3 tents a month, and that two to three tents a month. And that would last me. Today I had a conversation with a colleague about bulk buying a pallet of 100 tents. And I don't think that will last the winter. And that's the state of housing this year, and I'll table that. Mr. Speaker, we are aware that people become homeless for many different reasons. Many of those reasons are the direct responsibility of this government. Why are we leaving people out in the cold?
The Honourable Minister of Community Services.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And the same report says that we've inherited this issue, but we're the first government that has actually addressed it. And that's, Mr. Speaker, that is obvious and proven with the financial investments that we have been making.
Order, please. Order, please. The Minister of Community Services has the chair. The floor.
We are the first government. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The first government to show a dedicated commitment to working extremely hard, making financial investments, and making sure that there's temporary shelters so that we can find permanent housing for these individuals. And we won't stop until we get it right. Thank you.